Spike it up's holding on. Trigger, you've done it, you champion. Spike it up wins. Goes to the lead. John's going to take out the Dudley Justice. And that's Mr. Ali. It could be. He's fighting back. Oh, look at him. Spike it up does it.
Yes, welcome back. Series 3, Episode 9 of Mobile Rolling this week. Jimmy, lots to talk about with the Cup on Saturday night. We've got the betting coming up with JB, of course.
Yep.
He's almost an embarrassment now, isn't he, really?
He's sad, isn't he? How sad is he? I'm surprised he's fronted up today.
He just
We
keeps
can see
fronting up.
him. He's just turned up.
Yeah, just keeps fronting up.
Yeah.
On a better note than that, we've got highlights Saturday night that the Beasley Technologies team went out
Yep.
and spent the whole night there, and of course the pony trots with Liz,
Yeah.
which I think is really good. You know, the kids get their minute of fame. Some of them freeze in front of the camera, and some of them got a bit to say. So, and of course we'll add a bit more with news, and some of maybe JB might have some controversy for you later on.
Oh,
the show.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, has he given you the heads up, has he?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he's filthy.
Well, I've got to say this. People should realise that our mobilerolling.net crew, they do great work.
They do.
They're out there doing everything, and we'll catch up with, like you say,
Yeah.
the vision of the Cup and also the kids from the pony trots as well. So, yeah, I think it just added a bit of flavour to the night at the SA Cup night.
Yeah. Now you picked. We'll go through a bit of news. You picked Pat's Legacy to win,
I did, yes.
and I reckon you picked Blue Collar Tiger Pie to run second.
No, I had Little Peanut second.
Little
I had Mick Stanley to run third, and it wasn't too far off.
And I'm tipping by the call you might have had more than $5 on Pat's Legacy as well.
No, I didn't back it.
Didn't
no,
you?
No.
Just happy for Karen.
My excitement was for Karen Manning, world-class driver, the most successful driver in the world.
Yep.
Over the years, she has conquered the three main races, as we spoke about and highlighted last week.
Yep.
The Derby, the Trotters Cup, and of course the ultimate is the Pacers Cup.
Yep.
Well, Karen, over the years, she's won the Derby a couple of times. She's won the Trotters Cup a couple of times, but she's never won the South Australia Cup for Pacers. And part of that is she doesn't drive in it too often. The last time she had a drive in the South Australia Pacers Cup, you go back to 2011.
Okay.
2011, I think it was, where she finished second on Standell behind Smoking Up. But she hasn't had a drive in the South Australia Cup since then. So it's hard to win if you haven't got a drive in it,
That's true.
obviously. But she drove in it like in the early 2000s as well.
Yeah.
So as a person who I know who is just so humble, she doesn't realise, I think she doesn't realise the achievements that she's actually done in her career.
Oh, she's been fantastic. I remember going to the trots at Bendigo one day with Mick McGuan, the Collingwood bloke, and he said to me, "Get the name of that wheelbarrow that Karen's pushing." And I said, "Why is that?" And he said, "Everything she gets behind wins." So, she was pushing a wheelbarrow full of dung.
Yeah. And she works so hard, and a lovely person. I just really like Karen, and it was more that in the back of my mind, I thought all she's got to do here in South Australia now to tick the bucket list is win the SA Cup.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, it was a fantastic performance by that horse as well, because that lead time was astronomical. 1:13.9 is a very, very fast lead time.
And for the journey.
Yes, exactly. And what people need to realise that if horses spend energy early, usually that gives them nothing at the finish. They get a build-up of lactic acid, which overpowers their body, just like us. If we exert too much early, we can't go the distance.
Doing our
we get
shoes
tired.
up.
Yeah, exactly. But that lead time, and I will say this, that Gary Hucker, who is a magnificent form analyst from Victoria, he's proven himself to everyone that he knows what he's talking about. He approached me there at the trot Saturday night. He said, "Jimmy," he said, "I've done the equations." He said, "From the start to the mile post, that lead time at 1:13.9, so from the 2645 to the 1609, that lead time at 1:13.9 is equivalent at that high speed of a ratio of a half mile of 56.8.
Wow.
So that's the speed that they went.
And they still come in at 57.1.
And still, well, the mile rate was 157.1. So the performance of the horse was actually very, very good. Don't be surprised if that horse goes back to Victoria and wins a major race there, because that performance was very good. Mick Stanley's horse had every possible chance to beat it. He drove it perfectly. When the pace came off, he moved up outside the leader. Maybe the only thing that he probably could have done that he didn't do was probably put more pressure on Karen earlier. because he was making ground on her over the concluding stages. But like Jack said last week, that horse is not going as good as what it was a year ago when it finished second in the Ballarat Cup and sat outside the leader. But it had its chance to win. But the performance of the winner was an exceptional performance.
It was. I'll tell you, the third horse was enormous as well, mate.
Yeah, well, got beat a long way, but it did run very well. Three wide, had to go back.
For a lap. I mean, it had cover behind Little Peanut, but 3 wide and then go back.
Yep.
And then when they, the middle quarter on the way home, they did it in 28.2 and it was 3 wide by itself. So sure, it got beaten 17 metres, but I thought that run was outstanding as well. So for me, it was, over the last 10 years of the journey, there's always been a standout winner just about. You almost had the winner picked as soon as the fields came out.
Yep.
Wasn't
the case this year.
No way.
Yeah. It was a good race. There was plenty of action. There was controversy out there as far as how horses were driven and so forth. But nevertheless, I was the U Beauty part was the mere fact that I was really happy for Karen. Because I could just see she's ticked that off her bucket list. Now she's won the 3 big major races on our Cup night.
No, excellent.
All right.
We have a go to a break and get the world's worst punter back in.
Well, first of all, what we might do is go to the highlights of the SA Cup
night.
Okay,
we'll have a look at that.
Yeah. And then we'll get Jack, so he'll want to talk about some of the highlights of the Cup as well.
All right.
And then we'll come back with the pony race.
And we probably should mention the British Workingmen's Club. You got your beautiful shirt on, so I haven't.
Here it is.
I haven't got one.
Oh, really?
Nah.
You're a big supporter of Harness Racing SA.
So it really shows that you are the host of the show, and I just sit here because I'm far more attractive than you or something. I don't know what that is, but
I think you're the winner in both areas.
Anyway, great. They've done a great job for us and really come on board now with obviously sponsorship that Max has organised. So now you're up to, I think, $45 an episode, mate. So things are looking good for us. Back after the break, eh?
Cheers. Welcome to the British Workmen's Club, where we've had star performers here. Jerry and the Pacemakers, Del Shannon, some of the greats of years gone by. But nowadays, they have plenty of great bands performing here. Every weekend, a host of Adelaide's top bands perform. The Party Cats, led by Masters Apprentice legend Peter Tilbrook. We all know Peter. And the Lincolns are here, Chunky Custard, plus a host of South Australia's up-and-coming bands. Right behind me, you can see the fully stocked bar, plenty of drinks to be had, a great location for a great night out at Davis Street, Wingfield, just off Grand Junction Road. Come to the British Workingmen's Club.
He's going to find something special. Still in front is MacDan. Down the outside, My Spirit. He's a shark. He's making ground down the outside. MacDan in front. He's a shark's coming at him. MacDan has to lift. He is lifting. MacDan in front. MacDan wins. Beats He's a Shark. Third was Beat City. Fourth placing Maharaja.
Tracksides here with Greg Sugars. Thank you, Jim. MacDan takes out the Derby for 2020. And Greg, you had a tough run for the first lap outside the leader. How are you feeling at that point?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned. I would have liked to have obviously lobbed that position, a fair bit easier than what it turned out. But, I was always confident in this horse's ability and, I was pretty confident the team would have him cherry ripe for this assignment. So, I still obviously thought I was a big live chance.
He kept finding something up the straight, didn't he? The crowd was cheering, there was horses coming out wide, but he kept maintaining the front. You must have been pretty effort with how he kept going up the straight.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably, he's only had a limited career, obviously, and hadn't had that many starts, and probably hasn't been driven that aggressive, I would have thought. So sometimes, just driving him a bit different to what their normal racing pattern has been can be enough to pull him unstuck. But to his credit, he dug deep when he sort of, felt like he was kind of out of chips, straightening up when the others were coming at him. But he dug deep, so he's a winner.
Well done, Greg. Congratulations. Greg Sugars taking out race number 3, the 2020 Pacing Derby, sponsored by High Gang, with MacDan for trainer Emma Stewart. That brings up a double for Emma, taking out race number 1 without to play. And now the Derby with MacDan.
Build up a 25-metre lead. He's in front, coming into the front straight. Only the draw was going to beat him, and he shakes him up, and he's clear. And Sanur Beach is going to bolt in. Sanur Beach, another one for Elise and also Jason Fittis. They take another kindergarten, and Sanur Beach goes on to win. And he's getting tired, but he wins by 29 metres. Indiana second in front of Better Mine Than Yours. Then in turn, $1 Million Kiss made some ground. Amazing Kate behind.
Trackside here with Jason Finnis after the running of the Kindergarten Series final. Now, Jason, he only had one start heading into this race. He won a heat at Mount Gambier last Saturday night, a non-tab event, only beat home for 3 runners, but won that quite well. How are you feeling heading into the race tonight?
Yeah, going as well, it's a bit tricky. Yeah, I thought I had the toughest horse in the race, but he's still learning what to do on the corners. The first corner he was a bit bouncy, but once he got around the first corner, he felt good after that.
He got a really nice clean break on the turn. He was clear by about 25 odd metres. How are you feeling at that point?
Yeah, a few months ago, he used to break on the corners, so I was just worried to just make sure he got around it. But yeah, he still had the plugs in both races he's had, so he's still got a bit more upside. And yeah, we'll probably give him a little break now and aim for some more races later on.
Now, one thing I've noticed from doing these on-course interviews, you're always a bit of a mainstay on these big nights. Wayville, you won a couple races there, and tonight on SA Cup night here at Globe Derby, you've taken out one of the features, the Kindergarten Series final. It must feel nice to win races like this in front of these kinds of crowds.
Yeah, that's it. I don't drive a real lot as much as I used to, so I just like to try and get to the better nights, especially up in Adelaide, support Adelaide. It's been good to me over the years, so it's good to come here on the big nights.
Well done, Jason. Congratulations. Jason Finnis takes out the Kindergarten Series final for trainer Elise Finnis with Sonora Beach in a 12-11-2-8 your numbers there after race number 4, the Kindergarten Series final for 2020. Always a very entertaining series for the 2-year-old horses.
Yeah.
This is the Truckers Cup for 2020. It promises to be a fantastic race. Jim Jakes will be on the microphone shortly for the call for the TAB Truckers Cup.
Robbie's even got a thunder. Here comes Aussie to the outside now. Ismock with the last crack of them. In front, the penny drops. Aussie looms up on the outside. Ismock trying to level up. The penny drops, doesn't give it though. The penny drops and Ismock. Here's the finish line. Aussie does it again. Ismock takes out a SA Truckers Cup. Second, the penny drops. Third, a gap of 15 metres to maybe the God of Thunder in front of Kitsilano. Then Cool Breeze here at a race.
Thank you, Jim. We'll catch up with Aussie shortly, but what a finish in that Truckers Cup. Ismock down the outside. The penny drops with a very courageous run in second. And it was just a fantastic finish with those two fantastic horses driving to the line. For local Kitsilano, a big effort to hold on to third in front of God of Thunder, the other local hope in the Cup. So Benign takes it. Ismock, the South Australian Truckers Cup at Group 2 level, goes to Brent Lilly's stable with Aussie Misfit in the sulky. A very big effort for him as well. He took out the Victor Harbour Truckers Cup only a couple of weeks ago on Australia Day. A few weeks back, I should say now a month, my apologies. The Truckers Cup was on the 30th of December. But he's had a big couple of months Aussie here in South Australia. And now he's taking out the Premier Truckers race here in this state. I'm here with Aussie Misfit after the running of the Truckers Cup. Now, Aussie, you must be stoked with that. As I said earlier, you took out the Victor Harbour's Truckers Cup a couple months back, and now here tonight you've taken out the feature South Australian Truckers Cup. You must be thrilled.
I am thrilled, mate. I am thrilled for my darling wife at home. She does a great job buying these horses for me and looking after us, looking after the team. She's in a bit of a bad way at the moment. She can't travel with us to these meetings, but I'd like to thank Brett Lilly. I asked him about 5 months ago if he'd buy me a nice horse from New Zealand. He went out and bought him for me. I got the right one. I said, we'll do the job. He brought him up back slowly, gave me a trial drive on him, and won at Stall, and then we won here tonight. I've won this race before with a nice horse called Daiquiri, and I really do enjoy coming over to South Australia and racing over here. All the people are very, very good. I'd like to thank the South Australia Harness Trotting Club for putting on a race like this every year. I'd love to thank all the people here. I'd like to thank Jimmy Jakes for a beautiful call that he puts on every time that I race a horse here. I haven't met the guy, but I'd like to meet the guy tonight and have a beer with him. But no, I really like the Adelaide atmosphere The Brett Lilly camp is a very nice, tight, neat camp. I'm in there. He lets me drive the horse. He enjoys me driving him, and I don't think I've been doing anything wrong driving the horse. Thank you, everyone.
Well done, Aussie. Come and join us for a presentation now. The presentation will be taking place shortly.
Futures is not giving in at all. He's kicking back. He's had a tough run, so is the Collector. And now Better Vision starting to join in with his sprint, and he's got him covered. Better Vision goes straight past him, and he's home and hose. Julius Franco getting out and running on, but Better Vision goes on to win comfortably. Second placing Julius Franco just in front of the Collector. Then Futurist. Behind those was Always My Mate.
Trackside here with Ryan Rahurick after the running of the Justice Family Plate for 2020. Brings up a double for Ryan, but this one will be a little bit more special. He trains this guy, Better Vision, in front of us. Ryan, he's a nice course over the concluding stages. That's before he rocketed down the outside. You must have been pretty happy with his effort up the straight.
Yeah, super happy. We've had a bit of a checkered sort of run the last couple of weeks and missing a few runs, and yeah, it wasn't ideal over the longer trip, which we're not sure how he would run it out. But look, he's had a few issues that we've had to sort of get on top of, and probably after tonight we're probably on the right track. He's a very, very fast horse, held up for the right run.
You've only had this horse for a couple of months now. Over those couple of months, you've got some time to get to know him. How are you feeling heading into this race tonight?
Yeah, look, I would have liked last week's run, but I mean, saying that, I know it's sort of robbed Peter to pay Paul a little bit because he does go very well fresh. But yeah, I didn't think he'd do that.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. Ryan Rahurick, a double for him. He's taking out the Legends Trot and the Justice Family Plate, and he's done it in fine fashion. Better Vision takes out race number 6. We'll have the presentation very shortly.
Karen goes for home. In front, Pat Stanley leads by 5 metres. Rack 'em up, Tiger Pie trying hard on the inside to come at this leader. Getting tired, Pat Stanley. Rack 'em up, Tiger Pie getting up on the inside. Pat Stanley in front, rack 'em up, Tiger Pie. Karen's done it. Yoki. Pat Stanley first. Second, rack 'em up, Tiger Pie. Third over the line was Somewhere Secret. Then in turn behind those was Stroke of Luck and Blissful Stride together.
Tracksides here with Karen Manning after the running of the South Australian Pacing Cup at Group 2 level. Karen, you're a trainer and driver of this horse, and that is just a massive effort. How are you feeling overall during a run?
Oh, yeah, a little bit worried. We did a ton of work early, obviously, to hold the front, and then got tacked for a fair way. So he was probably left vulnerable. I wasn't sure how strong he was, but he's turned out he's pretty tough, and he did a great job.
Now, the spring up the straight was very intense. You had Rack 'em Up Tiger Pie coming. How are you feeling over the concluding stages?
Look, yeah, I kicked on the turn. He dropped in behind me, but I knew he'd come again. I thought I'd hold him to probably the semaphore word there, and the last 50, I wasn't sure if we're going to hold on, but he just had his head in front, so that was great. Good feeling.
Well done. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but the winner of the TAB South Australian Pacing Cup, taken out there by Pat Stanley, Karen Manning, the trainer driver. A massive effort, and as Jim said, one of the best female drivers in the world is taking out our feature race here in South Australia. Shortly, the presentation.
See the boys down at Modry Battery Services. With over 40 years of experience in batteries, stocking the largest range in supercharged batteries with more power, longest life and battery warranty. So specialising in auto electrical and aircon regas and repairs.
Welcome back to Mobile Rolling, and it's betting time. Yeah. Rocky, you champion. If we stopped it right here, right now, Rocky would be in front. He's bounced back. You're happy?
Simple.
On the bit. Oh, simple.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, that's your description of me.
What about old Tonto down the end?
Jack, Welcome to the tipping.
Yep.
What a disgrace you are.
I am, yeah, I am.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, I'm picking the right horses, but they're not winning.
All right, let's talk about
Let's
the
have a look
horses.
at last week.
Yeah, let's talk about the horses you picked last week. Leonard S.
Yeah.
$20 a win. Rocky told you you were way off the mark.
I know the best horse in the race won, but I was going for a bit of value at the $4, thinking it would lead. Got attacked like hell, and it was a spent force. The other one just sat 3 wide and blew them away.
Killed them.
Yeah.
Killed them.
So,
but listen, me and you were very similar last week.
Yeah.
We knew there were better horses in the race that we picked.
Yeah.
In particular with Leonard S.
Yeah.
I did the same with Cheval's race, even though I knew Brent Lilly's trotter was the better trotter, which won.
Yeah.
And I did the same with Blue Rules, even though I knew Sonora Beach was a better horse.
Yeah.
So I'm a goose. I've let my followers down. I apologise to my 2 followers.
Yeah.
I picked poorly last week. Hopefully I'll get it right this week. But Jack, you went with Leonard S. $50, I beg your pardon, $20 a win run 5th.
Yep.
I spoke with Greg Sugars Saturday night, and I said, is this named after the family? Because I thought it might have been after his grandfather, Len Sugars. He said, yeah, but he said also both, because Len Studley, of course, is Leonard S. So his mum's dad, you see? Double banger. So it let the whole family down, not only you. And my mate Tomo, the race didn't work out right, got fired up, all sorts of kerfuffle there.
Well, the leader was a dead set 2,000 metre horse from the Riverina. They said it couldn't run the 2600, but they were adamant.
They wanted to lead.
They wanted to lead. Yeah. I think if they'd have taken the sit behind my mate Tomo, might have been a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
So, well, it's in again Saturday night, Jack, so you can go 4th time lucky.
Yeah. Anyway, so you are now still on 5 points.
Yes.
But the bad part, minus $160.
Yep.
You got a lot of ground to make up.
It's only money, Jimmy.
It's only money, but
money.
people are relying on you as the champ to strive forward.
As punters know, you just keep following.
They're not interested in losers, Jack.
No,
Right. Hot and cold.
Right,
hot and cold. Hot last season. Stone dead this season.
I'm running out of Mr. Sheen at home getting that trophy.
At this stage, it's heading this way. Now, Rocky, you went out to play. You thought it was the best horse in the field, and it was. How dominant was it? It was fantastic.
$1.20.
$1.30. $1.30 on the tab tote. So $20 a win at $1.30, $6 profit there, plus 3 points. More importantly, plus 3 points. And Somewhere Secret, as you mentioned at the start of the show, good performance running third, $10 each way, $2.30 for the place. So you get a $23 return plus $3.
Yep.
So, and 1 point there. So you are now on 13 points. So you are the points leader.
Yep.
And your bank is plus $42.
Right.
All right? Now, if we were to stop it right here, right now, on the count back of points and the bonus for the dollars, Rocky would be the winner.
Yeah.
But we've still got 3 weeks to go. We've got 3 weeks to catch him.
Yeah.
This week and 2 more.
Yeah.
All right, up to episode 11 because episode 12 is the presentation.
Yep.
Okay, so I blew badly. Blue Rules. Thought Sonora Beach was the better horse in the race. Went with Blue Rules. And I've got to say, I had $20 a win. She was awful. Finished 8th. On its run Saturday, needs a spell.
Yeah.
Cheval's race had $10 each way 4th. Now, he run his race before he even got to the race. He got very fierce in the prelim, which he does and can do. Got a little bit uncontrollable for Ken Rogers.
Yeah.
4th, his run was respectable considering the situation where he got checked at the start. Gallop wasn't his fault, and then he got impeded when Star Style galloped as well. But he's run in 4th place. Sorry?
What odds was it?
I was about 20 to 1.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter, run 4th. So we lost our $20. So I am, let's see, I am 10 points and I lost $40 there. So I'm down to plus $56 on the, I think that's right, plus 56 or 54, I can't remember. Anyway, I got plus 56.
Rightio.
We'll go with that. All right, so I'm 10 points plus 56.
Come on, get on with it.
All right, so Jack, this week we've got Port Pirie on Saturday.
Yes.
What are we doing?
We're going to go to race 6, number 1, Franco Hampton. I've seen this trial.
Yep.
I think it'll lead all the way and win. And if they see any money from the Black Art stable that they got on Monday, go on this horse, just get on. Because I think this horse is a good thing.
Franco Hampton put to pressure, grabbed by Flame Lady. Third quarter, 31.2. Diego outside the leader, galloped, decked on Shantae and left Flame Lady in front. And Sugarloaf was able to duck and weave and was able to work back to the inside. So Flame Lady leads. On Shantae outside, Sugarloaf inside and very deep. Cardesla. It's Sugarloaf the inside taking the lead over Flame Lady, and Sugarloaf will go on to score. She didn't make it an easy watch, but she's done it. 1.5 to Flame Lady. On Shantae third, then Desla, Christian Who, well back 3 ideas with Franco Hampton.
All right.
So it's Jake Webster night.
Yep.
So what price do you reckon it'll be? Obviously, if it's trial good, they're going to hammer it on the punt, aren't they?
$2, $2.50.
Do you reckon it'll be that much?
Oh, it might be.
Okay. All right.
Might be.
All right. So that's your $20 win on Franco Hampton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Each way, race 2, number 7, Booker Bay.
Yep.
I think Black Art, which should have held the lead the week before and would have won. I think it can hold the lead here in this race, and Booker Bay will be sitting behind it.
Yep. Okay.
Like that.
So each way, I think it'll be about $6 or $7.
Yep. All right. So race 2, number 7
Trialled
each way.
very well last week too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And $20 to win race 6, number 1, Franco Hampton. Right, Rocky, the leader, he's taken over. Don't you love it?
I do. I'm going with the other Jake Webster horse. I think My Better Lady.
Yeah. What race is she in? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
That's all right. My Better Lady. Yep.
Yep. It's drawn 4, dashing through the fires in 1, and it'll probably try and hold up and lead, I would have thought.
Yep.
But if it hands up to My Better Lady, I think it's a space job. She's got a really, really good sprint on her.
Yep.
Won't want to be in the death, of course, but she's only
It's only a little thing,
only
isn't
a
she?
tiny
Yeah.
little thing. But I do think if she finds the top or gets any kind of cover, she'll win.
Okay.
So she's my $20 win bet.
Yep. Star Corker in front by 10 metres. I'll tell you what, making pretty good ground is My Better Lady. Still 10 metres away. Has to shake up Star Corker. She's in front. The hood's been pulled now. They'll get the plonk. Star Corker, home and hosed. Second, not a bad effort, My Better Lady.
And 10 each way, and I've got no idea what price this horse will be, to tell you the truth. It's in the trot.
Yeah.
Giving them 40 metres, Cool Breeze.
Okay.
I've loved its 2 trials, and then in the Cup on Saturday night it ran 6, I reckon. It was a good run, so all the locals are around that pack that got beaten, you know, that 18 to 25 metres, and it was in there. And yeah, giving them 40 metres, but I think if it gets away, that drop down in class and the confidence it's going to get from the race, I think Cool Breeze.
Run a good second to God of Thunder in the trial.
Yeah, it did. So that's my $10 each way bet.
Yep.
Ran fantastically in the Trotters Cup.
Yeah.
I've gone, my win bet, I've gone against it, but I really tossed up because of the distance, I've gone with another horse. It was 2,500 metres. I would have put the house on Cool Breeze. I think over the 2,050, they've got a chance of beating him.
Yep.
To give you an idea, Cool Breeze over the 13 furlongs run his last mile in 2:1.2 trotting, which is pretty good.
Yep.
And his first mile, he ran in 2:2.7. So that overlaps.
That's good enough.
But it was a fantastic performance. The only problem with him is he's a little slow away.
Yep.
And I've gone for Champagne Prince as my win bet because I thought its run in the support race of the trot was very good. I clocked him running his last mile in 2 minutes, 0.6.
Right.
And he's got a 20 metre advantage on Cool Breeze. Plus, I think once they start, he'll get a further 10 metres in front of him. So if Champagne Prince replicates what it did Saturday night, very, very hard to catch. So originally when I looked at the field, I wanted to make it Cool Breeze, but I think the distance gives that a chance, and also even Cheval's Race has some hope of being there at the finish as well. But my win bet will be race 7, number 5, Champagne Prince.
Yep.
Coming into the front straight, Champagne Prince getting a little tired in second placing, but holding its ground well in front of Missouri. And this favourite home as well, easily. Gallen's Victory goes on to win. On the line, you're looking at 20, make it 20 metres, I'd say. Champagne Prince was second. My each way will be race 4, number 2, Grey Maverick, who's resuming from a little freshen up. Hasn't raced since the Christmas Cup.
No. Who's driving it this week?
Be Brady Webster.
Brady?
Yep. I expect it to work to the lead. Toss-Up's drawn the pole. I don't expect Toss-Up to try and hold out the stablemate. I expect Grey Maverick to work to the lead. And in the Christmas Cup, where Emain Macca was the only horse that beat him, you know, he beat most of the other runners that are in this field.
Yeah, he did.
And Dominic Totoli doesn't have a problem to get him to win fresh or first up. So, and he's trained there locally. So I've got race 7, number 5, Champagne Prince with a win. Race 4, number 2, Grey Maverick each way are my 2 bets. And my followers, I'll be closer to the mark this week than what I was last week.
Nice bets all round this week.
Yeah.
Untie the Flag may cross you.
Possibly. Is it a fairly quick beginner?
Very quick.
But Grey Maverick can begin okay as well.
Yeah.
I think
That's
drawn
how you
alongside of it, I think Grey Maverick will hold it. And I think Untie will probably get 3 parts or a length over. Maybe not the full length. I think Brodie will be desperate and definitely try and stop it getting across.
Okay.
Well, what about Saturday night, Jake? Did you enjoy the night?
The night was good. I thought the racing was good. The Cup was a terrific race. The stewards, their decisions over the past 6 months, queried driving tactics, nothing done. Queried horses' performance, nothing done. And this is continuing on. Punters are getting sick of it.
Well, when you say nothing done, they would have inquired into it and looked at it, but there's been no penalisation.
No penalisers, nothing, no. And look at Joe's character. What did you think of that on Saturday night?
All right, well look, there is an inquiry about the drive on Joe's character in the SA Cup. And I've spoken with Simon Ewan, the chair of stewards, about that. That's been adjourned. There's further discussions to go into that. Now, I've heard secondhand, and I haven't spoken with Ken Rogers, the driver, or Yvette Zidabart, the trainer, but my understanding of what I've heard, and what I've heard, I'm pretty confident it's been fairly correct information, is that Ken Rogers was given instructions to drive Joe's character that way to either lead or be outside the leader.
In the Cup?
In the Cup, yeah. Now, you and I know that Joe's character has gone from the very low levels of racing to the absolute highest level. I mean, we go back to the end of November, he couldn't sit outside of Sir Lucas and beat him in a race. He did gallop, but he wasn't good enough to sit outside of Sir Lucas and beat him. And Sir Lucas hasn't won a race since, but Joe's character has. He's continued on and got better and better. But look, it was his first up run over 13 furlongs. First time he's ever gone over the 2600. He's run good times over 22:30, but when he's been in front. So the instructions came, I guess it was from Yvette Zidabart, and I think Ken Talent is also involved. The instructions were to lead or be outside the leader. Now, this is a different ball game. This is Group 2. This is against horses of a higher calibre than he's ever met. But Ken, he actually, even after Kieran got to the lead, he went up chasing with Joe's character into the back straight on the first occasion to get up to its girth and actually press the speed. All right, and then Greg Sugars went back and then he decided to go forward and Ken tried to hold him out. Now, the end result is Joe's character eventually slotted behind the leader where there was a gap, but he got beat 160 metres. And that's the end part of the story. Beaten too far. From an outsider looking in, you've asked my opinion. I think they were unfair on the horse, Joe's character, to ask him to do what they asked him to do in that particular race, stepping up to the high level.
He wasn't ready.
I think the care factor for the horse was very low. Look, he's finished 160 metres last.
The extension of that, I think, as well, Jimmy, is you got the best drivers here as well in that race. They would never, ever, even if he got to the front almost uncontested, those drivers would not have let Joe's character lead that race. Something would have gone and put enough pressure on to take the lead away from him. So to me, the whole instruction was flawed from whenever they made that decision to either lead or death the horse or death seat the horse. It had no hope. It was better to be 3-4 the fence and just see if it could run on against a higher class of horse. So you're right. I think that the duty of care to the horse. Did they want to find out how good it was? Well, maybe, but you could do that in a month's time, couldn't you?
He was one of the most improved horses here a few months ago to come from where he did and win them races. I think he was thrown into the race too soon. I think if it was this time next year and he was prepared, he would have run pretty well.
Let's not forget, Yvette Zidabart's done a great job with this
That's
horse.
what he was.
But I think they erred really badly by giving Ken those instructions
Yeah.
to drive him that way, in that step up in distance
Yeah.
and the step up in quality. I just hope that it hasn't wrecked the confidence of Joseph Carrick there, because he's been a great horse this season, this
You're right,
preparation.
won a lot of money for him.
All right, that's enough. That's enough controversy. Look, we're going to go to a break, and we're going to have more highlights of the pony trials.
Ponies.
Hi, my name is Peter Godric, Director of Cabinet Tech. We specialise in domestic general household cupboards commercially. Cabinet Tech has the ability to manufacture all detail types of work, including 2-pack paint finishes, solid timber, stonework, stainless steel, glass and upholstery. Please contact us on phone 8447 1400.
Welcome back to Mobile Rolling, and here we are tonight at Cup Night down here at Globe Derby, and I'm here talking with Dakota in with the Pony Trots. How are you tonight, hon?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Now, give me a little bit of insight. I hear you're the ambassador for ovarian cancer to do with tonight's Colours of Teal. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, well, we're just doing it to represent the ovarian cancer, so we can donate money to them so that we can increase the chances of ovarian cancer being cured.
That's sensational, hun. It's something that, you know, all of us girls, we've got to get behind these sorts of things, don't we? Now, we really want to get out there, you know, to get more people down here to the trots, and especially the kids. And this is something I love myself. I'm really big on this, the pony trots. So could you introduce us to both of your little ponies here tonight?
So this is Riley. He is my 8-year-old Shetland. He's been doing it since the second season I've started. He's been doing really, really well this season. I'm really happy with how he's improved. So he's just been getting better and better as the race season goes on. He's doing really well.
That's fantastic. And what about this little one behind us here?
So this is Jimmy. He is 42 years of age.
Pardon?
He's 42 years of age. He's been doing it since John Crawford's had him. And now he's back with me and he's permanently staying with me. So he's been doing great.
That is 42 years of age. Wow. And he's still racing.
Yeah. He's doing well. He can't run the same distances as what he used to do when he was 39, but we're just going to race him every now and then when he has the chance.
I just need to take a moment here. He can't do the same, you know, time he used to when he was 39. Wow, that's blown me away tonight. You learn something new every day. So I would love to see more kids come down. So is there any little tips we could give the parents to say, you know, to get their kids cheering on, you know, get their kids down here to come and cheer on at the sidelines, do you think?
Oh, well, definitely get your kids involved with the ponies, and if they are more intrigued with like the harness side of it, definitely bring them down to one of the race meetings, and they can mostly hop on one of the quiet ponies around here and go around the parade ring as long as they have a helmet and vest on.
Oh, wow. So that's something you guys do offer if all the boxes are ticked naturally?
Yeah, basically. So mostly one of the quietest ponies that you can get on, just go around the parade ring a couple of times at a trot and then you bring them back in. So they have a little bit more of experience of it.
Well, kids, get on to your parents. This is fantastic. And we're going to hopefully see some ponies out there on the parade. And then we're also going to be watching some of these ponies going around on the racetrack soon. Stay with us. And we're down here with the Brown family. How are you going, sweetheart?
Good.
Are you a bit nervous about tonight's race?
Yeah.
Now, I've been told that your mum and dad are also involved in the trots. Is that true?
Yep.
Is that where you learnt how to do everything?
Mostly.
Mostly? I can imagine. Does mum help you out a fair bit, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see mum here in the background. She's, you know, getting your horse and or getting your pony ready for tonight's races. Does mum cheer you on really loud? No? Oh, we're going to have to go out there and help her after then, aren't we? Well, good luck tonight, sweetheart, okay? We'll be cheering you on, okay? All right.
See ya.
Now, boys, we had you guys on the show a few weeks ago, and tonight, yous are both racing tonight, is that right?
Yep.
Yes, I am.
And which ponies are you both racing?
Well, I'm racing this one, Little Miss Muffet, and my brother is racing that one, White Noise, and a little cousin, Jackson, is driving that one, Ben 10.
Oh, how old's Jackson?
He's 7.
Oh, that's so cute. And does he look up to you guys now for guidance with all of this?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Not
yeah.
all the time.
That's so fantastic. How do you think you guys are going to go tonight?
Might go alright.
Might.
Hoping for a good result, hoping for a place, hopefully a win, but we'll have to wait and see.
That sounds like, the words of wisdom that have come from a great stable. What else can we say tonight? All right, we'll be watching you boys out there, okay? Fantastic. So we have Jackson and Madison down here, and I'd love for you to introduce your ponies for tonight, Madison.
This is Born to be Wild, and he's in the second race, I think, or the first race, I'm not sure. And then that's Loosen Up Louie, and then that one's Dash for Cash in the end.
Goodness me. Now, Jackson, which one are you racing on tonight? Do you know?
Ben 10.
Ben 10? Isn't that from a cartoon? No? Are you sure? Which one's yours?
That one over there.
That one over there? That's got all of its gear on it already?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you both think you're going to go tonight?
Good. Good.
Yep. Going to win? Yeah. Fantastic, guys. We'll be cheering you both on, okay? So, Amity, tell me about what your hopes for tonight are. How do you think your pony's going to go?
Good. I just hope he just trots nicely and smoothly.
Yeah, and what's your beautiful pony's name?
Reach Diablo. So we just normally call him Oscar.
That's his stable name?
Yeah. It means Red Devil because
because he's a chestnut. Yeah, crazy chestnuts. I hear about that. Yeah, I've got one too. They're all crazy. No, joking. Well, I'm loving they're my colours. I'm loving them tonight. So, yeah, you'll definitely hear me out there screaming and yelling. So, good luck tonight, sweetheart, okay?
Thank you.
Now, Hunter, I hear this is your first season. Is that right?
Yes.
How many races have you done so far? More than 5?
Yeah.
What are your ponies' names?
This one's Barry and that one's Bo.
Oh, brilliant. So what made you want to get into doing this?
My dad's been doing it for a couple of years and he's still been doing it, and I just try to look up to him more and more.
Oh, that's so good. Do you hope that once you've reached that next level, you'll go on like your dad is?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hey, Dad's your superhero?
Yeah.
Dads are cool like that, aren't they? Hey, well, what do you think might happen tonight with your ponies?
I don't really know.
No. Just going out there to have lots of fun?
Yeah.
And can you tell me what's some of the gear you've got on your pony? Do you know how to do it all yourself yet, or does Mum and Dad still help you out?
Mum and Dad still help me out a little bit with what I have to do more and more, but I do some of the stuff by myself.
Oh, that's so good. Hey, you're getting better and better every time, I bet.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, hope we see you out there tonight, okay, mate?
Yeah, all right.
Thank you. Now, Matthew, tell me a little bit about your ponies you've got down here tonight.
Well, this one right here is Portia. She is a representative for Team Till, which Dakota is driving. Yes. And this one here is Jimmy Jenkins. I'll be driving him out on the track. As well as this over here is Bullseye, one step smaller, and I'll be racing them as well in the Porsche's race.
That is absolutely sensational. Now, can you tell me, how did you get into the pony trots, into harness racing?
Well, I was just interested in the pony trots because my mum was asking, and my older brothers also did it because they wanted to do pony racing. So I was like, oh, I want to do pony racing as well because I like what you're doing. So I joined in and enjoyed it, and I've been doing this for 6 years now. So.
That is so good. 6 years, you say? Wow. I'm going to go stand next to the pony, but that's okay. All right, look, I love the fact that you're also out here and you're supporting the ovarian cancer event that's going on here tonight with the pony trots and the ambassadors down here, Dakota. So I think it's great to see everybody, joining in, and especially yourself and well, you're going to be competing against her tonight. That's a little bit fantastic as well. So we will be down there and we'll be cheering you all on. Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Round the turn, also there, Little Red Devil. White Noise trying to win, and Running the Mignon takes out the first pony race. Second there will be Flash Caviar. Third out wide will be Atomic Blonde, who rocking home with White Noise. Then we go back, a photo there between, stay on the line about 35 metres. A very impressive performance there by that pony. And Ollie, who take out the first race here on Cup 9.
Welcome to the British Workmen's Club, where we've had star performers here. Jerry and the Pacemakers, Del Shannon, some of the greats of years gone by. But nowadays, they have plenty of great bands performing here. Every weekend, a host of Adelaide's top bands perform. The Party Cats, led by Masters Apprentice legend Peter Tilbrook. We all know Peter. And the Lincolns are here, Chunky Custard, plus a host of South Australia's up-and-coming bands. Right behind me, you can see the fully stocked bar, plenty of drinks to be had, a great location for a great night out at Davis Street, Wingfield, just off Grand Junction Road. Come to the British Workingmen's Club.
4, 3, 2, 1,
welcome back to the British Workingmen's Club for our episode 9 of Mobile Rolling. Jimmy, we just had a bit of a look at these ponies.
Yeah, it was good.
Good fun.
Fun memories for me. And look, on the night, Ryan Rahorick himself drove 3 winners.
Yep.
And he came from the ponies.
Yep.
And Damien Carey, who trained the last winner, he also drove at the ponies years ago.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I love the association of what I learned years ago when I used to commentate.
Yeah.
But
well, you started there too with
exactly.
both in
the
commentating.
80s.
Yeah.
But Great work by Liz Barbaro to catch up with the kids that are driving now. Dakota Cummings was
she's had
really
plenty of practice
good.
with the kids.
Exactly.
Got a menagerie down at Globe Derby herself.
But what about Dakota with the pony Jimmy, 42 years of age, can't quite run the time that he used to when he was 39. John Crawford used to have the pony years ago, you know. So well done to Dakota, and it just shows they look after the ponies, they can last long, you know. The Shetlands are very dour type animals, you know, from the Shetland Islands. And then we saw young Charlie Brown, a daughter of Peter Brown, who was there with her, and obviously Terry Brown as well with her ponies. That was very good. We saw a little episode of Jason Kittle and Brody, who we've had on the show here with us.
Terrific.
Yeah, so we love their input as well, and young Jackson and Madison Seal, you know, Jeremy Seal's kids there as well.
They were terrific.
Amity Moritz was very good about her pony, Rouge Diablo, the Red Devil, you know. and look, I might be the devil's advocate about a few things later on as well. So we'll go through that. Hunter Mumford, of course, Todd Mumford's son was there. He had a couple of ponies, which is really good. Barry and Bo, and who else do we have? Matthew Acorn. Geez, he was taller than all of us. He'd be good at basketball.
I saw him a couple of weeks ago. He looked like a giant out there amongst all the other kids.
Yeah, but he loves it. And then, of course, we saw the replay of the finish where One and a Minion won, and Ollie Stour Smith was the driver, and his mum and dad used to drive in the pony races as well. Kerry Ann Stour and Michael G. Smith. But yeah, it was good to see, and really good to see it. But I loved the pony part, because I think they play a very important role as far as harness racing is concerned.
No doubt about that, mate.
In regards to the feature that we showed on the South Australia Cup, I mean, we saw MacDan win the Derby, and I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to be the devil's advocate about a few things here. But we saw Lachlan Stace, who was there as the MC for the night. Our Lockie did a great job interviewing Greg Sugars, and it just showed what our team picked up there, the things that go on behind the scenes. I mean, we saw, I think it was Robert Caton that was putting a peg back in and patting it down in the dirt, you know. They're things that have to be done. Wally Bulliger, who was there doing the photography as well, you know, he's always been part of that with ArcLight photography. And then we saw the kindergarten finish, and we spoke about St. Beach, how I thought it was the best horse in the race, and I picked something else, like a goose.
Yeah, but it was a nice race, you know, like, it's a South Australian as well, but Toby and Lisa's horse ran in the second. They bred that as well. So it was a good result for South Australians. I thought the Derby with
MacDan
winning. I don't think it was super impressive compared to what I'd heard about it. Won well enough. But He's a Shark was terrific.
Yeah, fantastic.
And we spoke about it last week as well. Maharaja is going to be some kind of horse as a 4-year-old, I reckon.
Yeah, he'll get better.
Yeah.
And you see that often with New Zealand horses.
Yeah.
When they do a preparation, they come back. They come back a better horse, and I think you're spot on. I think he'll be the type of horse that does that.
Yep.
Now Jason Finnis drove Sanur Beach for his wife Elise. They had won a kindergarten before. They won it with ICW a couple of years ago.
Yep.
But Jason's starting to build up a little bit of a history-making background, if you like, because he drove the last winner at Wavell. And maybe we won't go back to Wavell. So at this stage, he's the winning driver of the last race at Wavell.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday night at Mount Gambier, we had remote commentary where they were actually calling the races from Sydney studios.
Oh,
so I was there
this is
calling
what
the
we were
first
talking
2
about.
races.
Yeah.
And this is where it started. And it went quite well because Mark McNamara was the guy that was calling.
Okay,
from the
pretty
Sydney
handy, Mark.
Very, very talented. Right person to do the job. Faultless as usual. Really good. It went that well that I think the last 2 meetings in March at Mount Gambier, they'll probably do the whole meeting.
Wow.
That's my guess. No information from the bosses at this stage. But then Jason Finnis drove the first ever winner with remote commentary. So look, he is getting to a stage where he's gone away from working for his father Barry Finnis and his grandfather Peter Medhurst as far as working the horses. So he's actually gone and got a job now, and he works for Warrnambool Cheese. And then obviously helps his wife Elise train the horses before he goes to work and when he comes home from work. So he's had a bit of a change there. But Sanur Beach was pretty good, and I know that they had concerns about him pacing roughly and galloping on the first turn and stuff like that, but it looks like he's got past that. So
Some Beach somewhere is starting to throw some serious young racehorses.
Yeah. Then we had the Trotters Cup. Ismock, Aussie Myth Sud.
Yes.
Aussie Myth Sud. Lachlan. And so that's part of the devil's advocate thing. But Aussie, he spoke highly about his wife Julie, who's sick, and their son William, who's obviously got disabilities and so forth, and very emotional every time. He was emotional at the Victor Harbour Cup when he had the presentation there. And if you listen to Lachlan, the Victor Harbour Cup originally was 2 weeks gone, then it was a month gone, and then when he eventually interviewed Aussie, it was 2 months ago. But if we waited any longer, it might have been a year ago. But well done to Aussie, and I caught up with him later in the committee room. He said he wanted to catch up with me, have a beer with me, and all that sort of thing. So kind words.
He's a ripper. We had a fair chat with him down at Victor Harbour after the Cup, and he'll do anything to help out as well. He's just one of those blokes, and full credit to him, mate. He's got a nice horse and drives it, even though Brent Lilly trains it for him. He drives it and does a good job, really.
Yeah, for sure. And the other one, of course, the Justice Family Plate, Better Vision. We saw Joanne Justice out there for the presentation for the family. Joanne, of course, is the daughter of Josie and Dudley Justice, sister to John and Lance. And Lance's daughter was there, Amanda, as well, with a presentation. And she used to drive in the pony races years and years ago here. So there's a really good combination. And Joe Carbone, the owner of Better Vision, was up there. And of course, he virtually started with John and Lisa Justice. They used to train Joe Carbone's horses.
Until he said it in his speech.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, that's a long time ago.
I can't remember the horse, but they paid, I think it was $100,000 for a New Zealand horse about 25, 30 years ago.
Wow.
That John and Lisa trained and won a heap of races. And that's where the association came with Joe Carbone and Peter Sergi as owners. And then eventually they said, we'll do this ourselves. So they started training themselves as well. And they had good success there.
Good job,
But the South Australia Cup, Pat Stanley, we've mentioned about that. Great performance. Mile rate 157, won only 0.3 outside of Smolder's track record. Part of that was the lead time of that 113.7. And, really happy that Karen Manning got the victory. The disappointing part for me, Lachlan did a great job. It was full on for him. There was two things that disappointed me. The first thing that disappointed me, and I thought he would have been continuously saying it throughout the night, the Australian New Zealand Gynecological Oncology Group. But he never said it once.
Never said it?
No, even though Team Till won the South Australia Cup.
No mention.
I thought I'd hear it numerous times.
Lachlan.
Australia, New Zealand, oncology group. And the other thing that disappointed me about, which I've got rights on this, I've taken a patent on this, and I've got copyright on it.
Yes.
I'm the only one that's allowed to commentate out of breath.
In second place, Alaya Rose. On the inside, Lynn Valditi. 1 out, 1 back, Leona Tejan. On the inside, 3 backers. In second placing. No, I don't think I'll get through this. Elijah Yatesy, where are you? We need you, mate. In front of Alaya Rose. Down the outside. Trying hard, was 1 step closer. But Alaya Rose wins. Second placing, Leona Tejan, I think, or on the inside.
And Lachlan, when he did the presentation up front, where I used to do the commentary with the pony races, they had to hold the pony race for him to leave that position, walk up into the grandstand to get in a elevated position so he could use his binoculars to call the pony race.
Really?
And he ran up there because he was running late, and he commentated.
He's out of breath.
Like this. I've got the copyright on that. He's not allowed to do that.
Well, he must be getting a little bit ahead of himself, maybe.
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. Anyway, I thought overall not a bad night of racing.
Very good.
But yeah, they were only 2 disappointments from Lachlan. But other than that, he did a really good job.
Well done, mate.
That's it. That's it. Like I'm not going to can him anymore, Rocky.
No.
No more unlucky. But that's about it as far as what I've got. What have you got now?
No, I'm
That's
just
it. I've
in
taken up all
agreement
the
with you,
time.
mate, and look at this.
Max.
Yeah. We're out of here, mate. See you next week.
week.